Hello, this video is going to show you how to combine multiple green screens in WeVideo to create a pretty neat effect. Now, the first thing you want to do, of course, is start a new project. Then what I like to do is, as much as you can, Chromebooks might not let you do this very much, but as much as you can, take this bottom section and make it bigger. And you do that by grabbing this little line, pulling it up. My computer lets me do it a little ways. Then I want to make some room for some different layers here. So I'm going to first take video 1, click the 3 arrows, and click Move Up. That puts it on the top. Now I'm going to go ahead and do this. I'm going to add a track, make it a video track, add another one, and I'll add another one. So I've got 4 video tracks. So the way you want to think about these layers is that there's one on top of the other, maybe even on top of the other, and whatever the green area is within the layer is going to become transparent, and the layer below it is going to be then visible. So let's start with the top layer here. Let's go over here to videos. This is where our stock imagery is. And I can search for green screen layers here. I'm just going to go ahead and do it the easy way though. I'm just going to go down to green screen here, my categories, click select all, and let's select a green screen that's kind of big. Let's do this one right here, may as well. So I'm going to take this one here. I'm going to pull it down to 4. So the first order of business is making the green part of the green screen transparent. The way that I do that is I double click on the layer down here in the tracks. Then I go over here to keying. I click on the eyedropper icon. Then I click on the eyedropper up here. And then I go over to the green. Now I notice that my cursor is no longer a pointer, it's an eyedropper. Once that's done, then I click on the color that I want to become transparent, which is the green color. I'll click on that, and it turns black. It turns black because there's nothing below it, so it doesn't have anything to see, but that's fine. Let's go ahead and click Done. Good. Now what I want to do is have another device with a green screen in here. So let's find a smaller device. Let's see, well, let's may as well do this one here. We'll do this handheld phone. We'll put this below it. So now inside of the computer, I see the phone. Now the phone is pretty big. If you look down here, it's not the full screen. Up here, it takes up a lot of the screen. We got to fix that first. What we do is we double click on the phone layer like that. I'm going to go up here to scale. I'm going to click on this little circle thing here. And once I do, notice when I start moving it, then you can see these boxes. And this lets me adjust the size of the box and the location. So I want to put it right about there. That way I can see the entire phone within. Okay, now I'm going to go over to keying, like I did before. Click on the eyedrop, and then click on this screen. Now this screen's black. It's waiting for something to be behind it. And I'll click Done. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and find another one. Let's see, let's do this one right here. May as well. So I'll pull this one over here. So now I have kind of the same problem. So I've got this phone is not all the way in this phone. So we'll do the same thing. I'm going to double click on this bottom one. I'm going to go over here to scale, and I'm going to make it smaller. Maybe I don't want to make it too small. Maybe just like that. And then I'm going to go over to keying, click the eyedropper, click this, and now we've got that one. Now I'm going to click Done. And now for good measure, I'm just going to add one more. And this time it's not going to be a green screen. I'm going to go up here, and I'm just going to look at the animals here and find a neat animal that I like. Let's make it this neat looking, looks like a lion on the Serengeti. Put this over here. And so now, again, I can't really see what's on here. So let's double click the lion, go to scale, and let's scale that down quite a bit. And move this right here. And I want to make sure it's fully on. So let's make it a little bit bigger. Kind of like that. Let's see here how that looks. And hit Done. And then if I run this, there we go. I've got the lion basically inside the frame. Looks good. Awesome. So the last thing I want to do is just some semantic things. I want to identify the shortest layer, and then just scale all the layers to that size. So I want to do that. Boom, like this. So now they're all the same size. They're not very long, but all I'm trying to do is make a clip. There we go. Looks good. And let's just add a final layer, an audio layer. So I'll go over here to audio, and I'll just pick any old layer. Perfect. Sounds good. Now, the thing I noticed, though, this is an enormous layer. How I fix that is I've got to scale this whole thing so I can see the entire layer. Then I'm just going to make it shorter. So let's go over to this little toggle over here. And if I scale it, all I have to do is just touch it, and then it scales down. Now I'm going to make this sound nice and short, but I'm going to do one final thing. I'm going to double click the sound, then I'm going to turn on fade. That'll fade it in and out just for a second, but it'll sound much better when I do it that way. So when I go over here, it's pretty loud. So I think I can even adjust the volume too. So let's turn it maybe to half volume and click done. Better. I like that. Okay, good. So then I just have to name it. And this is a multi. Oh, you know what? I'll just say watching the C-H-I-N-G, the lion, because they're watching the lion. And then I'm just going to go ahead and click export. And it should default to Google Drive. I do like to export in HD if I can, and click export. And usually it doesn't take super long, and that'll go ahead and be in your export file in a little bit. And then you can put it on YouTube or your Drive or wherever else you want it to be. So I hope that helps. Good luck.